If you're over 40, now is the time to really focus on your health because you might be mobile now, but trust me, you don't want to go down that route where you have blood sugar level issues, your pancreas isn't working correctly. You just don't want the health issues. And if you're at a desk job or you're not very mobile and then you come home from work and you're tired and you don't want to go to the gym and you eating snacks and stuff because you're hungry after work, you're really doing damage, and it's like over time, people don't really pay attention to themselves, but down the road, the longer you go like this, the more you're really hurting your body daily, and you just don't really pay attention to it until something comes up. I've met plenty of people who have big regrets in their health later in their mid 50s even, and they're trying to diagnose all the time with their doctors, what they can do for help. They're looking for A1C, GLPs, and stuff like that. They're trying to get everything they basically can for assistance. And if you're not taking care of yourself, the more medications you're going to need later in life. And you might not feel so good on all those medications. So, really try to hone in on your health and come up with a plan for yourself because the last thing you want to be is near 60. You're already more aged at that point. I'd hate to say it. You're more at risk for health issues and injury and all those things. So, the best thing we can do is really focus on our physical fitness to stay strong, to help our hormones be optimal by eating healthy, good fats, drinking plenty of water to stay hydrated. And a lot of people miss the boat. They don't make the mark that they're supposed to make every day. Most people hammer away on coffees and loaded with sugar, and they drink those all day long. They get dehydrated, and they do the same thing in the morning, or they have tea. And nobody likes water because it doesn't taste like sugar. The truth is, most people are dehydrated every day. They're not drinking nearly enough water, and the body needs it. That's also why people retain water sometimes and have a bloated look because they're not drinking enough. So the body is really trying to hold on to everything. And most people are scared of salt, and that's a big no. We want salt because that helps our bodies very much so. Doctors have really got it wrong over the years with sodium. So unless you have a really bad obesity issue, most people are deficient in having enough sodium in the diet because they're scared of it. It's going to do something bad to them when it really helps us perform every day. And a lot of people aren't taking fish oils. Most of our meats and things that we're supposed to eat that contain omega 3s are not really in the best of quality, especially like the eggs. All the chickens are being fed corn, they're not being fed seed. And the cows and the pigs and everything else are eating a lot of corn. And just things in our country aren't fed properly. And what happens is the animal's quality of the meat that you're eating kind of changes. It doesn't really give you that quality nutrition that the animal's supposed to bring by having what it's naturally supposed to eat. Same with fish. Farm raised fish is probably one of the worst things you can eat. Try to go for wild caught. And I'm not saying don't eat farm raised fish though. I understand in this country there's a budget, but I'd rather have someone eat farm raised over box foods with tons of preservatives and everything else under the sun. But if you have the means, try to go with wild fish, try to go with grass fed beef, wild caught salmon, things like that if you can do it. And over time, you'll see that this is a big benefit to your health, and your blood work will probably show this. A lot of people, they don't get enough blood work done unless the doctor has a physical or something. And people should really be checking their blood work more often. But unfortunately, they just do what the doctor says. And that's a shame because a lot of doctors aren't even that good at it today. They don't really follow the more up to date information with what's good for people. And also because of insurance companies and other things make things difficult for people to obtain what they really need. And unfortunately, doctors, they're kind of restricted. Even if they want to help you, sometimes they can't. So get your blood work done, check your hormones. If you have the means, even go to like a hormone clinic if you can afford it, because that'll bring you a lot more results than if you can pay out of pocket a little bit more than what a doctor will ever tell you. Because doctors, they just get you in, get you out, give you antibiotics. They're not really good for anything other than that or surgery or blood pressure medication, sure. But the most thing they'll ever do for your blood sugars is maybe give you metformin, which is their default answer to everything when maybe you need a basal insulin. And this is all for educational purposes. I'm not a doctor, but I know a lot of shit. So take it for what it's worth, trust me. And just be mindful of your health, especially from 40 to 60. That's the real deal when you really need to start analyzing yourself and have you been good to yourself and your health and how are you feeling compared to your 20s or your early 30s or even early 40s if you're in your 50s. it shows. People will see how, well, people will feel the way they treat their body in 10 years of time, basically. So how you feel from the last 10 years is basically what you did to yourself by not taking care of yourself. And it's true because I see people who are in their 40s, and they're very athletic, very mobile, just like a 20-year old even still. And then I've seen people in their 25 to 30s and they move like grandma. So I'm telling you, it's like that. Some people are just very physically fit because they do what they got to do. They put the time in the gym, and some people they're very slow and not mobile, and you can see it, and you just know because of how they act now. Later in life, they're going to be really something. But take it for what it's worth. Listen, you only get one body. Take care of it. When you hit 40, that's the time to do it. Especially, you should do it your whole life. But if you've been neglecting yourself, now's the time. Trust me. And if you need help with your diet, with your fitness, I just letting you know, you can reach me on Instagram at Black Feather Fitness, all one word, and you can just message me about coaching, and I'll be happy to help you. But the real take home on this is I'm really just here to keep people reminded that it's really important to look over yourself. So take care.